Hey YouTubies, how's it going? Okay, this video is going to be a little different than what I normally do. I'm going to be talking about my mental health. I'm going to be starting a series of videos about my mental health and what I've gone through, as well as what I've learned lately about this and that and the other. I think on this video I'll kind of give a rundown, kind of an update of some of the things I'm going through lately. And then from there, each video will be about specific topics like depression. I'll tell about my depression and tips that, how do I say it? Tips that I use when dealing with my own depression, as well as tips I have found online but not got around to trying yet, or work, all that kind of stuff. Same with my anxiety, my own experience with it, things I do to help cope. Particularly for those two things, I love my bubble baths. I think my bubble baths is probably one of my main ways of coping. So, but not my only way. Let's see. But yeah, I'll be covering topics like anxiety, depression, OCD, CPTSD, chronic fatigue, DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, what else is there? Hypervigilance, nightmares and night terrors, another thing I've been going through lately is body picking. I don't know why. Stress, I guess. But sometimes, particularly when I'm trying to sleep, I can't get my brain to shut off because I'm just thinking of everything. And I have started making sores, and then I pick the scabs. I know, gross. I know. Sorry. I'm being honest. And so I've been trying to find ways, and I got a couple videos and a couple articles I need to read and watch later of how to stop doing that stuff, because I'm having a hard time doing it. I do it even subconsciously. Is that the word? Like, I could be in the kitchen talking to my mom and everything, and without even thinking about it, I'll just be sitting there, pick, and not even realize it. So, and yeah, not pretty. That's just part of what I'm dealing with. It's everywhere. So I'm dealing with that. Went to the doctor the other day and kind of sort of got scolded by the doctor because of the body picking, because one of my meds is supposed to help with my anxiety and OCD. And that medication and 3 others I had stopped completely taking a couple months ago. But, okay, that one is for anxiety and OCD. One of the others is for, what do you call it? Depression. The other one is for nightmares and night terrors, sleeping pill. And then the other one, I'm not exactly sure what it is for. I'm going to have to look up all these medications that I'm supposed to be taking and find out exactly what they're for. Because I really don't know. I know that's bad, taking medications, and I don't even really know what they're for. All I know is when I take those, well, the fourth one, it's an itty bitty little tiny pill. I mean, it's tiny. And I'm supposed to cut it in half and take the half. But even the half is, this little tiny pill is so strong, it'll knock you on the floor and sweep you across the floor. But it's so strong that I have to cut it in either fourths or eighths when taking it. That's how powerful it is. For me, at least. I don't know about anybody else. For me, it is. So that one I don't take very often unless I really need deep sleep. But the other three, which they make me, when all the other three are combined, they make me sleep a deep sleep also, but they leave me so groggy and I sleep so much. I took them the other night and I swear I slept like 18, 19 hours. That's too much. Granted, even being off of those meds, I still, without being medicated, I still sleep a lot. Like 12 or so hours sometimes. Because of my chronic fatigue. And sometimes more. It depends on how I feel. There's other days I get 6 to 8 hours of sleep and I'm good. So it varies. But if I take those meds, I'm out. So, just brain-farted. But yeah, I need to do a little bit of research of what each of those medications are before I do a video about them, telling you all, detailed information about my experience with this med and that med. But also I want to do a video when doing about the meds I take, tell you about some alternatives that I'm either trying or want to try to see if they would help me better instead of those really strong meds that make you feel druggy. So, one of the, let's see, I'll be doing a video on anxiety, on depression, body picking, OCD, phobias, my eating disorder, nightmares and night terrors, hypervigilance, CPTSD. Did I say chronic fatigue? Yeah, I don't think I did. Chronic fatigue. DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. And my experience with a couple of narcissists and the narcissist abuse. So I'm sure there'll be more videos I want to do here and there too. So, but that's just a kind of a rundown of what I have in mind camera just do a little bloop. That was weird. I could swear I seen it do a funky thing. My camera's probably getting tired, like I am right now. I need to go get something to eat and all that. Okay, but so yeah, I've been meaning to start this series for quite a while now, and I've partly been procrastinating, and partly it's because of my chronic fatigue. I have little energy to do diddly squat, and partly because all this stuff is really hard to talk about. But I do feel like all these topics, they need to be talked about. Not just by me. People in general. They need to be talked about. It needs to be normal to talk about stuff and not people not feel weird or awkward to talk about them like I do. I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Gosh darn it. Oh, when I make these videos, these ones, I could swear my camera did something funky again. Might be I'm tired and need to get something to eat. I'm like seeing things maybe. I'll finish up here and go get something to eat. But all these videos about mental health awareness will be in my playlist labeled as Vikkis Mental Health Awareness Vlogs. So I have some videos in there from like 2 or 3 years ago when I did Mental Health Monday. Back then I posted just on Mondays. But these new ones, I'm just going to post whenever. Some of it be just ramblings of what I'm going through that day or that week or whatever. You know, things that are affecting me on a daily basis, weekly basis. Kind of an update. Rather than posting just on Mondays. So, and yeah, I'm hoping that we make this a new normal, so to speak, and people start talking about these things. You know, I ain't guaranteeing I'll help anybody, but I'm hoping that somebody can benefit at least a little bit from my experiences and the things that I do or plan to do to cope with things. Like on the anxiety and depression, I have a list of tools I use, bubble baths, essential oils, different things like that. And you never know, they might help somebody. Mentioning those tools, because I have a list, quite a list actually. Might actually help somebody else. You know, give them ideas of what they could do, maybe help them. So I hope all this makes sense. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm losing my voice. I think I need to scoot and get something to eat and crawl back in bed for a while. Just another thing with chronic fatigue. Well, probably the other stuff too, but particularly with chronic fatigue, I tend to sleep a lot. I get tired so easily. It's like, So, but anywho, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of me starting this. And if you have any suggestions of things for me to talk about, brain fart. Okay, I think I need a scoop. How many times have I said that already? But anyway, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And yeah, I'm finally getting my butt in gear and actually starting this playlist, or continuing this playlist, the mental health awareness. So let's talk about it. Okay? Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. Did I say that already? I don't remember. If not, then hey, you gotta begin. Alright, catch you all later. Bye-bye.